Okay, thank you for your patience. I'm just trying to prepare for the multitude of roles I'm going to be attempting today in Zack Snyder's Mastercraft Justice League. Look, I've been glancing through this script, and there's enough meat on these bones, I think, to justify 2 films. Or at least 1 4-hour film, right? Hopefully the studio doesn't get involved and turn this into some 2-hour shit show. That would be terrible. I know you passed me up the last time for Superman and went with Henry Cavill because I guess he's bigger than me and better looking and can act and is likable. But hear me out. I don't care. I'm going to try anyways. So we're going to start with me just yelling because I died by Doomsday, all right? And you can take this yell and you can just kind of extend it through what feels like 20 minutes of film. At least on paper, that's what it sounds like. No! Oh, wow. I'm sorry. There was something behind that. Let me try this again. Much worse. Kal-El, no! Better. Yep. Humor me for a second with Wonder Woman. I'm gonna try out for her. I know I can't beat Gal Gadot, whatever. Her acting is supreme. But I do have an idea for the film, at least for post-production, and I really think you should go for this. I want you to go full-blown into this. Anytime we see Diana, Princess Diana on screen, Wonder Woman, whoever, I want her warrior Amazonian music playing full tilt. I don't give a shit if she's drinking a cup of coffee, walking a flight of steps, saying hi to her mom on the phone. I want her music in the background, eclectic, yelling, some sort of gladiator-esque theme, just really vibing. Slow motion. Dude over there. Blood against the wall. Kids all watching. Kids watching everything that's happening. Kid right there watching everything. Oh, blood. Kid. Oh. This is a young man's game. I want to be just like you when I grow up. A murderer? Yes, now. I gotta get. I better maintain my speed in this busy downtown area. Huh? Sesame seed. I love dogs. Quirky side comment. Huh? While I'm running as Flash, if I get the role, which I think I'm gonna absolutely nail, could you play like the weirdest song ever in the background? That's a personal request. If you want to run away with me, I know a galaxy and I can take you for a ride. I had a premonition that we fell into a rhythm where the music don't stop for life. Glitter in the sky, glitter in my eyes, shining just the way I like.
Tweedledee,
if you're feeling like you
just
need a
walking
little
with
bit of
hot
company,
dog.
you met
Oh
me
my
at
God!
the perfect time. Bum, you want me? I want you, baby. My sugar boo. I'm levitating. The Milky Way is liberating. Yeah, 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 yeah. I got you. Moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you.
Feels like
all
I'm being
night.
taken advantage
Come on,
of.
dance with me. I'm
I
levitating.
can do this for you.
I will stride across their bones and bask in the glory of anti-life, and all existence shall be mine. The fuck is anti-life? There is 6, not 5. There is no us without him. Now get your ass out to his cemetery, dig up his corpse, and let's mother box this bitch back to life. Where's Martha? Hey, Papa. It's me, Barry Allen. Funny, talking this way while I'm reversing time in the super weird run that I do. I don't care how many demons he's fought in how many hells. He's never fought us. Not us united. He's never fought the League. Not the Justice League. I added that last part. Feel free to use it. Hello, Governor. I'm Mara. Aquaman, we need to stop Steppenwolf and save these mother boxes, oi! But if you want the Batman, here's something that can help you. His name is Bruce Wayne. Isn't that right? Batman. Acting. Now, how many dead eyes can you look into before you die yourself? I've been dead inside a long time. Does this duster make me look cool? And my bat suit in the middle of the fucking desert? Why am I still dressed up as Batman? Who am I fooling at this point? Like I just look like an idiot. You're not gonna kill me. I'm your best friend. Besides, who's gonna give you a reach around? I'm pondering this, right? The script makes it seem like Batman is at least humoring this proposal. You need me to help you fix this world that you created by letting her die. Poor Lois. How she suffered so. So as usual, I'll be the bigger man. A truce, Bruce. You know, it's funny when you talk about people who died in my arms. Because when I held Harley Quinn, and she was bleeding, and like shit was falling all over my arms, like blood and guts and like innards and stuff, she begged me with her last dying breath that when I kill you, and make no mistake, I will fucking kill you, that I do it slowly. 'Cause I'm Batman. I kill everyone. All right, I'm going for the classic Batman. Always has guns, always killing things, so... Batarang through the alien's head. Blood. Oh, my sword! Ah! Camera spins around, does an upskirt tastefully on Wonder Woman, spins around. Tips the sword back to her. She grabs it and then lands way down at the bottom with the sword in her hand instead of on the ground. So she doesn't have to do this. It saves like a second of time. This is a scene to keep in for sure. All right, I think I gave you a lot to work with. I know I barely just scratched the surface on this script, but I think I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna make like a Martian Manhunter and walk away without doing anything. What am I doing? I'm being the briefcase that Wonder Woman throws up into the air. I think it has more screen time than Lois Lane, so it's a role. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah. I didn't get any of the roles, I understand. Woof! Kid right there, what? So dumb. Welcome to, oh my god. Welcome to Adam Does Movies Live. Really seamlessly transitioned from that, didn't we? It's Friday. I'm feeling it. I'm looking at the wrong camera. We have a little bit of a different angle tonight because we're going to be doing a live taping. Those are always a fun time. They're always a complete shit show, but it gives you an insight into how I record the show, how I, have to edit around all my screw ups, like the one at the beginning of this, the stream. I would have cut that out. I would have said, yeah, we'll get rid of that and we'll try again. Well, this is fun because we get to do this together as a team. I'm going to be talking about 3 movies tonight. We have Elemental, we have The Flash, and we have The Blackening. These are all spoiler-free reviews. Not going to even give you a tiny little taste of what's in these films as far as spoilers go, even though you can find them plenty on the internet because people are the worst. And they want certain movies to fail because they're butthurt that their version didn't get to the big screen or something. I don't know. Like, they have all their headcanon and they're mad when something doesn't go their way, so they spoil it for others, and that sucks. As a movie fan, I like to go in surprised every time. Someone in the chat, usually I don't address them, but we're just starting out, so I'll say hi, hello, how are you? Iron Pack Fan says, Adam, I bought one of the strong female lead t-shirts from your store and it just came in the mail today. That's fantastic. And honestly, it's about time that you did that. Yeah, you can pick one of these bad boys up at the shop on Teespring. There's links around. My wife says I have to get more merch up there and I have to update some stuff and do a lot of things, and she's really good at telling me what I have to do. She's really good at telling me what I have to do. And I really think we should celebrate. Hold up our glass if you have one. Today I'm not actually drinking Coca-Cola Classic. Hello Jan. I'm drinking A&W root beer. Now, a little controversial because you'll notice there are floating gems inside of here. These are ice cubes. A lot of people do not put ice in their root beer. I put ice in every liquid. That's not milk, pretty much. I like my soda on the rocks, okay? Sue me. But, as I was saying, I like to hold one up for my wife. It is her birthday today. She said, Adam, do the stream still because I don't want to have to go back to work. Lindsay's been home for a couple years now, not having to work. It's been a dream for her. It's been a dream for me, honestly, because happy wife, happy life. That is true. I like seeing her happy. I like seeing her full of spirit and sunshine. And we want to continue that going forward. So happy birthday, Lindsay. Thank you for letting me do this hour stream tonight, even though I wasn't planning on doing it. And now I have to go off the cuff, which is always a fun time. But yeah, she's a year older and wiser. And super chats are always the name of the game. So if you feel like giving a birthday donation to keep Lindsay home, we'll put it in the Lindsay Home Fund. Okay? We'll put it in the Lindsay Rainy Day Fund. That's good. That's good root beer. Another birthday is actually being celebrated today as well. That's the birthday of this channel. I don't know what birthday it is, to be honest with you. 11 years, 12 years, it doesn't matter. YouTube let me know, though, in the admin area. They're like, hey, it's your birthday. Good job, Adam. Keep going. You'll get there eventually. Are we glitching again? I just saw a glitch. It might have been because I was moving too fast and too furious. That's going to be a problem, but one issue at a time. It's this camera. I might have to go back to the other one. I was using this other shitty Logitech 1080p cam. This one's the 4K version, but I've had nothing but issues with it. Maybe I got a lemon. I mean, it's just plugged in. I don't know what else I can do. I'm not a tech guy. But yeah, it's the birthday of the channel. The birthing of the channel was 12 or so years ago, and we are about to hit 70,000 subscribers. And by about, I mean we could be 2 weeks away from it still, but I would love to get there. It's been a dream of mine. It's been a goal to get to 70,000 since last year. This year, the goal was 100,000. I still think it's possible, to be honest with you, because subs have been coming in a lot quicker lately. A lot of support. People are sharing the show more. The YouTube Shorts are really helping things out. So we're going to keep doing those as well. But yes, thank you for the support. And please pass it around. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your neighbor down the street, hey, there's this guy on YouTube. He tells it how it is. He gives honest opinions on movies. I don't always agree with him. In fact, I'd say 50% of the time I disagree with him, but at least I know he's being genuine with his opinions. And that's something that's sadly a positive on the internet these days, finding people that are genuine. And yes, there's always a sales pitch at the end of the day, whether it's becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies or, you know, whatever. There's always something, right? But we can have fun with it and still be genuine in our approach. We don't have to, you know, own the libs or own the right or do any of this like weird, bizarre stuff to grandstand. Let's just talk about movies. Let's just talk about the movies. Jan with a $5 powerful super chat. Happy birthday to your wife. She's awesome. Hope she has a wonderful day. And happy birthday to the channel as well. Thank you, Jan. I will pass it on for sure. Rob says, I'm telling my friends that Adam is Roger Ebert. That is a compliment I wish I could take in stride, but Roger Ebert was a gentleman and a scholar. I can't compare. Can't compare. But I appreciate it. Okay, should we get this on the road? Should we get going? Since this is a live taping, I do have to hit record and record the audio separately. There's two cameras at play right now. We have this one, and then we have the one underneath. That's the one that I'm going to be looking at for the sake of the review. It's going to be choppy, but we're going to try to do this in under an hour because I still want to get back, hang out with my wife some more. We might watch Cats tonight or something terrible. Might have some fun with it. That, by the way, that's the last thing. Cats is a Patreon request by my buddy Matt. We became friends thanks to this channel. But I feel like I've become friends with a lot of people that I haven't seen personally, which is a bummer, but maybe someday we'll meet up. I've actually met Matt. He lives in South Carolina. He drives up once in a while. We take in a movie. Last time he actually tagged along with me to get groceries. That was a real treat for him, I'm sure. But it's nice to just have like-minded movie buffs, you know, around the corner. Well, now I'm talking to the wrong camera. We've already started. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so he recommended Cats. Okay. Let's bring up the Elemental poster just so you have something to look at while I talk about this. Once this shit show of a review's done, I will have to edit in video clips and cut all the bad stuff out. But for now, we're gonna work through this at the same time. Let me bring up the IMDb page so I know what I'm talking about. Oh, and Matt's in the chat. That's beautiful. You love to see it. Fun fact. I swear, the last preamble. Fun fact, I went to 3 movies in one day yesterday. I'm tired AF. I got to bed at 2 this morning. And then I had surf lessons this morning. Then we did birthday stuff. And now here we are. So I'm a tired panda, but we're going to push through this. We're going to make it fun. We're going to make it right. Okay, Elemental follows Ember and Wade in a city where fire, water, land, and air resides together. This one surprised me, folks. Oh, and by the way, as far as the super chats go, feel free to put them in whenever. I will read them. I will get to them. If you have a question, If you have a little mini review about one of these movies yourself, as long as there's no spoilers, let's keep it pro. I will read it and get back to it. I try to be in the zone while I do the review. If I screw anything up, which I often do, this is also a nice place to point out my mistake. In the comments, say like, "Hey Adam, you tripped over your words there. I don't know if you realized you said something wrong, or this actor's name is pronounced this way." We do what we can. All right, I'm gonna hit record on the video. I'm going to hit record on testing the audio. All right, that's picking up. Sorry to blow your ears out there. What did director Peter Sohn do? Oh, God. Oh, he did voice work. Okay, interesting. Huh. All right, well, there's not much to take from that. How should I start? I'm going to be frank with you. You can be Emily if you want, or Todd, or I don't really care what name you call yourself. Elemental looked really bad when I saw the trailers. Looked terrible, atrocious, and Pixar lately hasn't been impressing me that much. I remember Buzz Lightyear. That movie was atrocious. Should have been so much better. This is Pixar, for crying out loud. Anyway, that out of the way, I really liked Elemental. Let's talk about it. Here's the deal. The reason I didn't think Elemental looked good based on the trailer was because it presented itself as a very paint-by-numbers approach. A Romeo and Juliet love affair that we've heard 1,000 times before. The girl and the boy can't be together. They come from different walks of life. She's fire, he's water. Those elements don't mix. But this movie mixes these elements so seamlessly. And the story is so cleverly done that it pulls you into this often generic, the somewhat generic plot. Now, there is another plot going on here that isn't really prevalent in the trailer, and that's the storyline between the daughter and the father. And it's also one that we don't get a lot of in movies anymore. So Ember's our main protagonist here. She's voiced by Leah Lewis. Ember's the main protagonist here. She's voiced by Leah Lewis. Fantastic voice performance. Really dug this character. She works for her dad at his shop. Her dad, an immigrant in this elemental world where fire and water and plant and all the different clouds, that might be all of them, they all come together and live in perfect harmony. Kind of. They're also kind of segregated. You don't want fire messing around with the plant creatures, It's all going to go up in flames. We can't have that. Ember doesn't want to take over her dad's job, but that's exactly what's going to happen. That's the roadmap that's been laid out in front of her. Her dad is her best buddy. They get along perfectly. So how does she break the guy? How does she make him snap? How does she disappoint her old man? Well, she'll learn, of course, as this film progresses, how to communicate better. Because she has a hot temper because she's made of fire. It makes sense. It just makes sense. And the real way to calm and a real way to keep down the flame is to introduce a little water. And that little water is Wade Ripple, he's the doofus, fumbly, whiny baby man that she's going to fall in love with. Now, I will say, upon first meeting Wade, I wasn't impressed. I'm like, this guy's crying a lot. Like, he's cried more in this first 5 minutes of his introduction than I've cried in my life. Because I'm a man, and men don't cry! As the movie progresses with him, though, you just realize that water people are that way. They express themselves in a much more vivid, open manner, as opposed to fire, who lets things bottle up before they explode. You understanding the puns, you understanding all the metaphors and the symbolism, it's all there. It's all right in your face. Like I said, the story works very well. Ember has to balance her home life with this new love life that she's got going on. And of course, there's going to be conflict. Things are going to come to a crashing head. But it looks amazing. Trailers, again, didn't really do much for me from a visual standpoint either. It wasn't until I got into the theater and really took in all the magic going on that I thought, oh my God, there's so much detail in this film. And the way that they play off the elements in such a different... And the way the elements are presented in different art styles, yet it all kind of seamlessly blends together. It's honestly wonderful. Now, I don't think this is top tier Pixar because we do have a pretty formulaic plot. I do think it is Pixar, though. This is one of the gems. This is one of those stories that you get from them where they take characters and individually they grow and they help you understand a thing or two as well. Anything else to say about this? Oh. The movie has terrific pacing, too. It's a rom-com. A lot of comedy, some good action. Of course, there's heart. You gotta have heart. It's Pixar. That's what they do, baby. There was one negative, a big negative for me at least, which was the opening 10 to 15 minute short. Remember those? We haven't seen one in a while because a lot of the Pixar movies lately have been going straight to Disney Plus, which is a huge mistake, I think. Especially in the case of Luca. That movie was fantastic. Anyway, Up is the little short ahead of time. We follow the old dude and the dog Doug. Forgot the old man's name. Doesn't matter. This thing sucked. I couldn't wait for it to be over, and it was a really bad introduction to Elemental. Just sitting here thinking, I hope Elemental has no... I hope that Elemental isn't sharing the same quality that this thing is because it's got fart jokes, it's got slapstick humor. It just doesn't work. And fun fact, it's been a while, I think, since parents have taken their kids to a film that has a little teaser short thing ahead of time. They didn't know what was going on. I had a mom a row in front of me turn to another Karen and say, is this the right movie? Is this Elemental? They had no idea. Because Disney just throws it up there. They don't say, you know, the movie will show after this little short presentation. No, it just goes right into this thing. You get the castle logo and then boom, you're in Upworld. And the mom turns to her and says, I think it's just a commercial. After 10 minutes, the son turns to his mom and says, this is a long commercial. And I just sat there like, these people don't know anything about movies. My own farts. It's like I'm starting a fire right now. If you're on the fence, Disney has two animated films right now in the theaters. The Little Mermaid, Elemental. If you're on the fence about which one to go to, which one to bring your bratty kids to, Elemental is the easy pick. Support new creative films. Even if that new creative film is kind of old hat as far as the story arcs go, it's still doing something different. Little Mermaid's a pathetic, crappy carbon copy of something much better that came before. Shove that junk out. Go to Elemental. It's worth your time for sure. It's an easy watch for kids, too. The kids in the theater were hooked. They were all over it. Even the one that was running up and down the aisle dancing. I see you, Betsy. Sit down. No one cares. You're not that impressive. I can get up and run around like a jackass, too. Betsy. No one's named Betsy anymore, even. What a ridiculous name. I got that Message in the Bottle song in my head by Taylor Swift. Message in the bottle is now. I gotta get it out of there. Okay. If you don't have children, is it worth going out and seeing? No, probably not. Unless you go to animated movies all the time that are aimed more at families with kids, then yeah, it is. I myself, I'm a big animation dude. I like going to this stuff. I'm a big Disney fan when it comes to their original content, especially Pixar. I would have saw it if I didn't have kids. If you're like that, you'll like that. And there you have it. That's Elemental, a movie that surprised me. It was better, way better than I thought. Again, not the greatest Pixar movie by any change. Again, not the greatest Pixar movie, not even in their top 10, but even a number 11 or a number 15 on the Pixar list is really damn good. Let me know in the comments if you saw Elemental. You can do that by just... what the fuck am I doing? Let me say that again. Let me know in the comments if you saw Elemental or if you're planning on seeing it. It helps me. Subscribe to the channel if you like what I'm doing here. I post tons of movie content each and every week. Would love to have you stick around. And with that, I didn't have enough water puns in this. And after all that, I'll simply say, see you later, because of the water. All right, we got one down. Did that in 11 minutes. Interesting. Not a lot of hiccups. Save Elemental review. Done and done. Super chat from Bubba. 199. Elemental versus Inside Out? Question mark. Inside Out is much better than Elemental. Although I think Elemental is a, I guess, more fun watch. Inside Out's just a smarter, far more clever watch. It's definitely an experience everyone should have and appreciate. But Elemental's one of those, you throw it on in the background just for entertainment purposes. Inside Out's a little too sad for me all the time. Oh, the glitch is back? It's good now. I think it's when I move around a lot. Let me test it. Maybe not. I thought it was a movement thing. I just don't know anymore. It's so sketchy. I might switch back to the other camera because I really can't handle it. It's pissing me off. Let's get to the main course. The Flash. Again, these are spoiler free. Recording. It's a house of cards here. I have the streaming camera on top of the other camera, and there's also a foam piece on top that's blocking some of this weird light that's coming down. It's House of Cards, Kevin Spacey. Okay, the Flash. I'm going to ignore you guys with the glitching issues. If the glitching gets really bad or it's troubling, we can switch cameras. I'll take 2 minutes to switch the cameras out. It's really not going to be that painful. And that one I know doesn't glitch. Next time, I'm just going to plan on using the other camera. We're just going to go ahead and use a little bit of a downgraded camera. That's okay. All right, how do I start this one? When I first heard Ezra Miller was going to be starring a... we'll try that again. When I first heard Ezra Miller was going to get to star in his... Fuck, he's a they, isn't he? He does the they thing, they, them. And I don't care, so I'm going to try to be respectful because I just don't care. When I first heard Ezra Miller was going to star in the Flash movie, I first When I first heard Ezra Miller was going to star as the Flash in his own film, I fucked it up again. God, the stupid his. They, them. I can't do the they, them. It's too plural. When I first heard the Flash was going to get a full movie starring Ezra Miller, my first thought was, I don't like Ezra Miller. And then I saw the trailer months later and thought, I still don't really like Ezra Miller as an actor. He's done nothing to impress me, but this looks pretty damn good. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. I said he again. I can't keep up. I really can't. It's just, it's baked in at this point. But as we all know, both Marvel and DC have given some fantastic movie trailers, and the final product is anything but that. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumanium, Thor, 4, Love and Thunder, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Yeah, I said it. I said what everybody else is thinking, except for the Snyder fans that hate this movie before it even birthed into... No. We're going to go back. We're not going to attack the Snyder fans constantly. It's old hat. So I went in cautiously optimistic, hoping for the best results, and I am happy to tell you this. I saw the movie. So that's nothing, but we have to go through the intro so that I lead you into this video a little bit more. Subscribe. Let's begin. Okay, title comes up. Da-da-da-na-na-na-na. Hey, remember like 20 seconds earlier? Remember a long time ago? Like 20 seconds earlier? Hey, remember a long time ago? Like 20 seconds earlier when I said Ezra Miller has not impressed me in anything? He impressed me in this. The Flash movie. There's not just one, but two of them. Huh? See what I did? Fuck. I can't do that. I can't use it. Oh, God. I'll try taking it from there again. Hey, remember a long time ago when I said Ezra Miller hasn't impressed me in anything? Like 20 seconds earlier when I said it? Well, he has now in this. Well, I just ate my own words because the Flash movie has a really good performance by Ezra Miller. Two good performances by them. Yeah, them. There's more than one. Because here's the deal. Because here's the spoiler-free break. Because here's the really quick spoiler-free breakdown of the plot, the concept, the large overarching thing. We have a character who's sad and broken. I know that's every superhero character on the planet Earth. The Flash misses his mommy. And his daddy's in prison. He says mommy and daddy. I don't think that's true, but I'm saying it for him. And he wants to somehow rebuild this fractured family dynamic. And the only way to do so is by running really fast and getting sad. And ultimately going so quickly that he breaks the sound barrier and is able to travel backwards through time itself. It's crazy. And he does it. And this leads to a fractured series of timelines that spaghettis out all over the place. It's a complete disaster. But he wants to save his mom. And along the way, he might find some friends or two. And along the way, he might make some friends or two. The wink. And along the way, he might make a couple friends. And that's all I'm giving you on the plot. That's it. You can see that in the trailer. Everything else we'll save for a spoiler video that I'll probably throw up next week. So again, subscribe to the channel. You have nothing to lose. It's free. The subscription is absolutely free with 4 easy installments of $3.95. Now, the naysayers may say this, and you may have heard some of these things. The movie looks like crap. The effects are a disaster. the CGI is half-baked. Some of this stuff is very true. The CGI, for the most part, is very serviceable. It's nothing earth-shattering. I saw a clip from Transformers 1, a movie that's 16 years old, off of Twitter that looked freaking fantastic. I've seen Pirates of the Caribbean. I recently rewatched the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and was blown away by how good those movies look. The effects in those, the CG is state of the art and holds up. It holds up far better than Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantum Shitia, or a lot of this new stuff, because they are churn and burn in the animation department. They don't have time. The director has since come out from The Flash and said that this was an intentional stylistic look. While there's big scenes why there are big battles that take place in seemingly empty desert space, it does look surreal. I do think there is truth to that, but also I don't really care at the same time. Here's the deal. I don't need top of the line. The effects are the cherry on top. And that's the good thing about The Flash. It does have a good narrative. It has an interesting structure. People praised Spider-Man No Way Home because of the reintroduction of some of their fan favorites working together. Most of that's in the last half hour of the movie. They somehow kind of ignore or just allow the first hour and a half to be kind of dumb. The plot of No Way Home is stupid. Peter Parker's sad that his friends can't get into college because he's a superhero, so he talks to his scientist wizard buddy and convinces him to rewind, and he convinces him to, what does he convince him to do? And he convinces him to erase their memories of Spider-Man. It's asinine. And of course he can't shut his mouth, so while Doctor Strange is doing the spell, Peter's like, hey, Dr. Strange, Mr. Strange. Shut up, kid. I'm trying to do this. Yeah, but I don't want my mom. I don't want Aunt May to forget about me. Shut the fuck up, kid. I'm trying to. Mr. Strange. God, I hate you. All right, rant aside, I still enjoy Spider-Man No Way Home. I don't love it, though, like a lot of people. I don't think it's the second coming of Spidey. I think it's a solid flick, dumb plot, but the little things are what add up to something truly special. It's all about the little moments. And The Flash is full of little moments, but on top of that, it's got the big thing working for it. The story itself is something that's easily relatable to people. Kid loses his mom. He wants to see her again. And Ezra Miller sells it. Ezra Miller sells it damn good in this movie. The fact that there's two different versions that act wildly different because there's the past form and the present, they make for a great dynamic. I would say 99% of the time, when they're together, it looks like two different people. It doesn't feel fake or artificial. Really good job on the effects work there. Where it's shoddy is where we get these big scenes going on, bombastic, tons of stuff happening. But I don't care. I love the movie Kung Fu Hustle, which I'll be talking about this. I love the movie Kung Fu Hustle, which I'll be talking about in this channel soon just for fun because I watched it with my son recently and love the crap out of it all over again. That movie does not have what you would consider great effects as far as realism. It's Looney Tunes on crack. People are flying all over the place. There's bullet time, slow motion stuff going on. That's what's happening in The Flash. It's surreal. It's wild. It's out there. And I'm all about it. This was a fun-ass movie from beginning to end with some great emotions sprinkled throughout. Michael Keaton, as we know, is back as Batman. He's all over in the trailers. You have Supergirl in this, who is smoking hot to look at. That's enough right there for a lot of people, and it should be because she's also... That's a lot. That's enough for most people right there, but on top of it, she's actually a great character. With a little bit of struggle and story of her own mixed in. Michael Keaton as Batman hasn't missed a beat. The guy looks great still. still has a physical presence, still has that wit and charm. Even Ben Affleck, even when Ben Affleck's in it, even Ben Affleck is at the top of his game here. He looks fantastic. The suit has never looked nicer on him, and he feels more comfortable in the role, at least to me personally. The movie's also doing some cool stuff with time displacement, showing different imagery, moving around, in and out of focus, in and out of different layers. There's some really interesting stuff on display here. It's trippy at times. I don't see the hate that it's getting. I don't get it. I'm looking for a fun, big-ass comic book movie. This absolutely delivers. Where a lot of people were turned off with Batman v Superman because it was so all over the place narratively, it was hard to connect with any of these characters. The tone was very dire, somber, just overly gritty and dark. That's not that fun to watch. You can step back and say, good for Snyder for trying something new, and I appreciate him for that, and it is a visual feast. Snyder makes beautiful movies. It's far prettier than this as far as the cinematography goes, but The Flash is so damn exciting. Every minute of this flick, I was fully invested. I didn't want it to end. There's some campy stuff for sure. There is some really great stuff along with it. So it's a mixed bag, but it's a bag that I will absolutely it's a mixed bag, but one I will absolutely revisit and hope that we could possibly get more down the road, even though I know this whole thing is getting rebooted by James Gunn. That doesn't mean we can't pull some of the stuff that works over somehow. We are in this shit show of a multiverse after all, in both the DCU and the MCU, so let's really use it to our advantage. Music, set pieces, sound design. Sound design is top tier. This is Transformers level shit. Love it. Absolutely love it. No notes, really? No real gripes? Good, easy watch? Yeah, visually, you could have pumped it up for sure. You could add more, pixels, more detail. Things can always be improved. Things can always be better. But I think this is a damn fine movie. Solid final little tip of the hat for the DCEU. One of them, I know we still have Blue Beetle and Aquaman 2. This should probably have been the last hurrah. I don't foresee those getting anywhere near this. But let me know. Maybe I'm dead wrong and you thought this whole thing was a complete train wreck from start to finish. It's possible. I don't claim to be I don't claim to be the all-knowing expert. I'm a movie fan. I like what I like. You like what you like. I just hope you have some opinions to back it up. I hope you just have some thoughts to back it up and not just say it's trash, because that's not anything. Let me know in the comments below. Please like the video if you enjoyed yourself a little bit. And if you really enjoyed yourself, go ahead and hit that. And if you really enjoyed yourself, make like Flash and haul ass to that subscribe button, because I'd love to have you stick around. I post a lot of movie content each and every week. Need more bodies, need more eyeballs on this thing. I'd appreciate it. All right, take care. We did it. Hopefully. Did I hit record on this stuff? I hope. Yeah, I did. Okay. Stop, file, save. The Flash review. 2 down, 1 to hoe. Alrighty. Oh, there's some glitches. I saw the glitch that time. It's like Wreck-It Ralph. There's a glitch in this thing that's trying to cause me trouble. We have one more review. Unfortunately, this one's not near as positive for me. Let's start it. You know, I'm old enough to remember a trope that used to go around horror films where there was always one black dude or black woman in the film that inevitably would die before the film ended. Oftentimes, the first to go. That was a thing at one point. Many, many, many years ago, it seems. Yet, Yet director Tim Story thinks that in 2023, now's the time to really address this situation, this issue that I feel like has been addressed for many years. And he's made a film called The Blackening. Oh shit, I didn't update, did I not update either of the posters? Oh, I'm so sorry, that's such a shame. This was the Flash poster I didn't do. Okay, well, good thing these don't show up on the final, edit because I do it in a different thing. Damn it. Ariana Fox says I'm glitching like crazy. Are we still glitching again, or do I change the camera? We have one more review to get through. Do we just push through it, fam? Eric, I didn't say every movie. Did I say every horror movie the black person dies, or did I say most, often, frequently? Okay, glitches ain't a bit bad. And if I did say every, that's okay too. It's over the top for a reason. Roll out. Autobots, roll out. Well, I am recording, so let's keep going. Okay. The Blackening is about 7 or 8 best friends who head on vacation to a cabin home where they're going to play some board games, have a good time, and probably all die. Let's talk about it. This film stars a lot of people I've never heard of, one of which is named X Mayo. Don't know if that's a rapper or if she's related to Aquafina. It's possible. It might be a thing. They were all good, actually. I didn't mind any of the characters. They're all very up to date on the cultural references, a lot of the buzz terms going around. One person said take the L like 4 times. Here's the problem with this movie. It feels like it was written by a person in college who learned about Charlton and all that stuff and really wanted to make her voice or his voice heard. It's really cringy, okay? These people in the movie don't talk like people talk. They're constantly going on these rants or diatribes with each other about who's the blackest and who's acting white. And I understand the whitest guy in the room, probably not the target audience for this film, but I like films of all natures, all shapes and sizes and colors. And I thought this one looked funny from the trailer that I saw right before going in. My wife actually suggested I see it. She said, Adam, The Blackening looks really funny. You should check it out. Watch the trailer. I was like, yeah, this could have some legs. Unfortunately, it doesn't really have legs. It's got about 20 minutes of a premise, and then the rest of it's just kind of there. It's just very tame all the way through. It is rated R. I would not suggest, bringing the little ones out to this. They say the N-word about 1 million times. Django Unchained even looked at this movie and was like, wow, that's a bit much. That's a bit much. So if that's kind of a little too much for you right out of the... So if that turns you off right out of the gates, there you go. Tread lightly. There's a lot of foul language. That doesn't bother me in the slightest. I just was more bothered by the dialogue itself and the way they were constantly preaching at each other and in turn the audience. So it breaks down like this. They go to this cabin home. This is spoiler free, by the way. I'm just going to give you the lay of the land. They go to the cabin home. There's a room in the back that's got a board game that's looks like it can't. There's a room in the back that's got a board game on a table in the middle. This board game is disgusting. It looks like it came out of the Jim Crow. This board game is disgusting. It's racist. It looks like Jim Crow's Monopoly. That's not my quote. That's from the film. Two different people say it at two different times. It was funny once for sure, but the second time I was just thinking, so we're reusing jokes now? Okay. Yeah, it turns out this nice vacay is anything but that. There is a racist psychopath that has invited them to this location in order to kill them. They have to play his game. It's like Jumanji for racists. This stuff kind of worked. Unfortunately, they don't play the game very much at all. Whenever they'd pick up a card, there'd be a funny question. They would have to answer it, think about it. That stuff I liked. That stuff played out. But a lot of the movies, unfortunately, spent meandering between some of the relationships, some of the tense stuff that didn't even need to be in this film. Thankfully, it's only an hour and a half. Really, it could have been an hour. That's how much material there should have been here. Now, it's rated R not just for the swearing, but also some of the kills. The kills are pretty damn tame. And I think a lot of it has to do with both the uncreative ways that people die and also the way this thing is shot. It doesn't look good. The production values are really bad in this thing. And most of it takes place in one central location. They're at this cabin the entire time. It's not very interesting to look at. It takes place at night. The night stuff is kind of ugly. Has that day to night filter on it a lot of times. It feels like that's what it seems like. Some of the blues in there, not working at all. It also doesn't help that the murderer is a mystery, and I figured out who it was 20 minutes into the picture. So then I'm just kind of waiting for the rest of them to catch up. Not saying you will do the same thing, but it seemed pretty obvious all around. This feels like a low-budget movie you'd see on a streaming service like Hulu or Netflix. Definitely not a movie I would waste money going out to see in theaters. If you're looking for something funny, if you're looking for a funny horror flick, I'd watch Peter Jackson's The Frighteners, personally. That thing's incredibly witty, incredibly creative, and definitely off the beaten path. If you're looking for a horror film that's predominantly black cast, watch Nope. That movie's awesome. Or not It. What was his other one? Us? I didn't like Us as much. Well, yeah, we'll stick with Nope. Nope was fine. This film is slightly less than mid, as the kids say, or the people in this film, because that the writer knows that the kids say that for the next couple weeks, so they're going to make them say it. That's how this movie feels all around. Hey, what's trending right now in the buzz terms? Let's throw them all in here. Well, what else can we talk about that's socially acceptable and somewhat relevant today? Let's throw it in there. This movie's going to age like ass. And it certainly already has as far as the visuals look. Okay, that's my thoughts on whatever this was called, the fucking Blackening. All right, those are my thoughts on the Blackening. Absolutely. All right, those are my thoughts on the Blackening. A decent idea that probably would have been better introduced like a decade back when this seemed a little bit more relevant to today. A decent concept that was probably a little bit more relevant about a decade back when this seemed a little bit more in your face. Now, not so much. There's plenty more representation in the horror industry especially. This just feels like completely useless and pointless. Let me know in the comments though, did you see this? Am I wrong? Is it a great movie? Very, very clever, very different, a spin on the genre? I can agree to an extent. I just don't like the execution. Let me know. Like the video if you had some fun. Please subscribe if you haven't, as I post tons of movie content each and every week. Would love to have you stick around. All right, take care. And we are done with that one. 10 minutes to get through it. Not bad. File, save. What's this called? The Blackening. Okay, fam. That's it. That's all I have for you tonight. 3 movie reviews that I will be editing the crap out of in the next day probably. I plan on getting a lot of these out tomorrow, maybe all 3. We have Patreon reviews coming up, YouTube join member reviews coming up. It should be good. I'm looking at the wrong camera. We're looking up here. We will get the glitches under control. I'm going to swap out cameras. Maybe I can still take this one back. I still have the box somewhere in the corner. I'll just go to Best Buy and throw it at the guy's head. I want a refund, jackass. It's glitching like crazy. Yeah, like I said, Lindsay's birthday, so we're going to cut it short. I'm going to go up, maybe start watching Cats with her. Who knows where the night goes, you know? It's anybody's game, really. It's anybody's guess. It's going to be a wild night, I can tell you that right now. I'm also exhausted, so I might just pass out. Thanks again for some of the super chats, and we will see you on Monday. We do the podcast. The podcast goes out at 8 a.m. on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever else you're listening. They should be there. And I will be live streaming, as I always do, Monday night at 8. I think it's 8. Yeah, it's going to be 8. It's not a live stream, but it's a premiere. So I'm in the chat, like watching with you, eating some popcorn. Like, that was a good point, Adam. I'm watching myself. It's kind of masturbatory, but you know, whatever. That it is what it is. It's fun to engage. All right, take care and have a good weekend. Bye.